the grand final of 2012.
Sitting here with Melbourne Storm coach Craig Bellamy. How are you, champ?
Yeah, I'm going good, Fatty. Yourself?
That's good. Done a bit of research. you did play in the 1990 grand final.
Yeah, that's one moment I cherish. I reckon that's probably been the proudest moment I've ever had in footy, to be quite honest.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you've won all these comps as a coach, yet you think of that one 1990?
I got more out of winning the comp as a player than I did as a coach, to be quite honest. I think, I think being out there and taking the knocks and getting dirty or whatever, and the coaches sitting up in the box. I know, we all work hard as coaches too, and we've got some influence on it, but certainly, being out there on the field and playing the grand final inside was, the highlight for me.
There they are, the young and the brave from the Broncos, and a proud Craig Bellamy.
He took over occasionally when Wayne had State of Origin jerseys, including one famous game where the Broncos Babes beat the Tigers one night.
As soon as that happened, and for whatever reason,
phone started to ring.
Well, again, the media got on it, Bellamy and the baby Broncos, and all of a sudden it's, I got off the West Tigers, not about a month after that, and then obviously, the job here. So it's like I say, and I really believe this, if Wayne had to come back and coach that night and had to stay in Origin, I'd probably be still assistant coach of the Broncos.
You had the pre-season 2002, 2003. Your very first game, you played Cronulla. In your team, you've got Billy Slater making his debut, and Cameron Smith, who's now playing hooker, and you win 36-32. How were your nerves before that game?
After 20 minutes, we were down 22-0. And I sort of remember sitting in that box thinking, this game's finished, so there'll be a one-way ticket back to Brisbane for me.
Let's move forward to the 2010, the drama, of course, the salary cap. The whole team must have been devastated.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we did, yeah. And,
was there anything in particular? I heard that Cameron Smith especially took it hard.
I just remember, obviously some shocked faces, and I just remember, Cameron had a couple of tears in his eyes, and I sort of lost it a bit myself then. I think it was a tough time for a long time. It just wasn't there for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It was, obviously the punishments, losing premierships was real tough, but playing for 20 weeks for no points was. That was
seriously. How did you do that? How did you get your players up every week to play virtually for nothing?
I just felt that we'd go to meetings and no one wasn't really listening, and we're going to train and no one really wanted to train. And after about a month of that, I'd sort of basically had enough, to be quite honest. I didn't want to go through not having to go or not preparing properly. That was what I was used to, and that's what I wanted to keep doing. The fans were still turning up. We still had a few sponsors on board. So, and the one thing we'd always done is go out there and play for each other. One thing I do remember, because obviously we had to get rid of 14 players or whatever it was, and I don't think, I can't actually remember, I might be wrong here, I can't actually remember having to go to a player and say, hey, listen, you've got to go. They all sort of went themselves, to be quite honest, and it was just it was like after every game, the last 6 or 8 games, there was someone getting up in front of the group saying, love playing with us, and unfortunately I'm going to such and such, and I remember I used to dread after every game, because he's leaving now type thing, so I was real proud of the way everyone at the club, got through it, because it was horrible.
You're well known for your blow-ups in the box. It's gold television. Yeah. When you look back at that, you watch the games on tape, when you look back at it, what do you think?
I'm embarrassed. Sometimes you're there watching the game from last night, and then all of a sudden you come up doing something childish or stupid like I do, or looking silly. I used to get really embarrassed about that, but like I say, I don't sort of worry about it too much now. If that's who I am, and if you guys want to show it, well, off you go.
What about half-time sprays? Can you remember one where you've just gone off deluxe?
I do remember one where sort of made me realise how old I was, and perhaps I needed to settle down a bit. It was last year against the Gold Coast, and I sort of lost it a bit during that half time. And I remember thinking after the game, like my head was like, it was just like it was furry, and it took me about 2 days to get over it. So I don't know whether there was a little vein or something in it, but so I haven't sort of been that animated since half time. But I don't know whether that was any worse worse than some of the others I've given.
I spoke to Ryan Hoffman the other day. He said, "You got to ask Craig." He said, "The boys are keen for you to grow back your mullet that you had in the 80s. They're very keen for you. Is there any chance you can bring it back?"
No, I don't think I could. Not the mullet. It was quite a good one I had back in the 80s.
It's pretty good.
It was long. Yeah, halfway down my back there at one stage.
What do you do in your spare? If you have spare time, what do you do? What do you like to do?
I like to have a game of golf in the summer, as you know, Fatty. I've had the pleasure of playing field a couple of times, which has been great. But
I did play with you once, and I've got to say that the koalas in the trees, they were sort of waving white flags in the end. You do spray. I mean, you've got a lovely golf swing on you, but you do spray them a bit.
Yeah, I'd heard about your reputation as a golfer as well, and I was hugely impressed. Anyone's got any doubts about your golfing prowess, don't, because you are a champion.
Tell me something that no one knows about you.
Oh, not quite sure. I think most things about me are pretty well known, I think.
I know something.
Yeah,
I found out something. You're an electrician.
Oh, yeah, I am an electrician, yeah, by trade, a very ordinary one, too, I might say.
So if there's a problem in this house, is when you ring an electrician, or
yes,
you can't do it?
No, listen, a real simple thing I can do. There's a few more technical things now. You've got timers and all that sort of stuff. They were around in my day.
You're 55 in October, on the 3rd.
Yes.
Can you put a timeline on your coaching career or not?
Yeah, when I finish this contract, it'll be 3 years to go after this year, so I don't see myself going any longer than that.
Why? Why not?
Oh, I just think it'll be time for someone else to take over here, and I don't think I'll really be coaching anywhere else. I'd like to think I'll still be involved in the game somehow, but certainly not as a head coach. I don't think. No.
When you're done and dusted, you're sitting back in a rocking chair, thinking about it all. How do you want to be remembered?
I'd like to be remembered as I'd like to remember the players. They got the best out of themselves by working hard and working smart and doing the best they could. I just like to think that I'll give myself the best chance to be the best coach I could be, and hopefully I've done that.